Hey everyone, LazyFire here, and welcome to Red Faction 2. Red Faction 2 came out about a year and a half after the first Red Faction game. It was released pretty much simultaneously for all platforms. I'm playing it on the PC, which was actually ported over from the PlayStation version to the Xbox and PC at the same time by Outrage Studios, which you may remember from the OP of the first Red Faction game was actually split off of Parallax along with Volition at the same time, both bought by THQ. Both worked on Descent games, and they came together for this, which turned out to be Parallax's, Outrage's last game, because after this they were shut down. And there's another thing about this game. It appears to me, in a lot of regards, that this was never meant to be a Red Faction game. Our character Alias here is not a Martian, he's an Earth soldier. He works for the Commonwealth, which is never explained in the first Red Faction game. The EDF isn't mentioned. Ultor gets a passing mention. Capec gets a passing mention. Nanotech gets a passing mention, but it's actually kind of important for the rest of the game. There's a lot of things that just don't add up to making this a sensible Red Faction game. But we're going to jump into it after my little rant there. This is a little weird. If you think you can just click on this name over here on the left, you can't. It doesn't do anything. So you have to click over here on the right. Now, this is the fun part. Over here, you actually do have to click on the name so you can get into it. It's a weird thing. I don't know why. But we're going to click on this. We're going to select the difficulty. That's weird. Usually it lets me do that. And once we select the difficulty, we're going to get a quick cutscene, and I'll be back after that.
Don't screw up, Alias. Chancellor Sopot wants, Chancellor Sopot gets. Track to base, insertion is complete at Charlie Delta 09er.
Alright. Shrike does sound like Jason Statham. That's because he is. He's one of the two big voice talents in this game. The other is Lance Herkinson, who we'll meet in the next level, which will actually be the tail end of this video. But Shrike's going to have a few more things to say, but this is us, Alias. We're going to take out a turret across the way first thing.
But don't have a clear firing lane. You must take out those towers. I hear they're going to use that nanocell for some new process.
Okay, so Shrike is talking about the nanocell we're here to go pick up. So first off, we do have our secondary fires back, so that should make things easier, because there's a grenade launcher on this assault rifle. And we have a button dedicated to throwing grenades, which is pretty great in a lot of ways. Now, when you have a gun like this, you can double reload to get both of those things back up. Now, our first mission here is to take out these towers. Not a really hard thing. This is kind of where Geomod is helpful for us, kinda. I noticed this when I was doing a test run. You can't shoot it through this wall. I don't know why. That's just like one of those things. You can't kill it from this side. But you really do want to take out those towers without getting in here if you can. The people who are in here will destroy your ass pretty quickly. Oh, that's right. That's not even a tower.
Tower's clear.
There we go. Yes, it is a tower. I'm an idiot.
Clear the enemy troops for me.
Alright, so we just have to kill the last stragglers here. But you'll notice I had a white flash on my screen for a moment, and that's due to my health. Right there again. You have a health bar in this game instead of the health system from the previous game. And... hold on.
Stand clear of the doors, Alias.
You do want to stand clear of these doors, by the way. This can hurt you if you get too close. See, I don't know, was he talking to us from a different ship the entire time? I don't know. Anyways, your health system, it depends on these med kits here. On the top left, you see the 3 red crosses. Those are the total med kits I have. When the bar is depleted, I use a med kit automatically, get a full bar back again. And after that, they're all gone, I die. It does take quite a bit to kill you in this game, and in the next level there's a new twist added to this. Something that is kind of the only real effective nanotech enhancement that we get after this mission is what happens with the health bar. You'll notice I picked up some medium rounds there. Medium rounds are the ammo the gun I'm currently using uses. and also used by things like the assault rifle. I believe the SMG uses light rounds, but you see, in this game, instead of having uh, rounds specific to each gun, there's basically an ammo pool for everything. So I have light rounds, heavy rounds, all sorts of things, and I'll explain more of those in a couple of rooms from now. First off, let's go meet our first civilian of the game. Now,
Don't hurt me!
you remember?
Intel on this building revealed plenty of lapses in security. If the direct routes are locked down, try exploiting the ventilation shafts.
So instead of remote charges in this game, we have satchel charges. They blow up after a certain amount of time. They've got a pretty good explosive radius. I really like them. They're really my favorite tossable item in the game. We also have something that I'm not going to be using a ton because there's no real need to. It's night vision. I really need to move this to a better key because right now it's mapped to N, which is just annoying to touch.
Hey man, could I ask you a favor?
Sure, what is it?
Could you loan me 20 grand?
20,000? What, are you crazy? No!
Oh, come on, man. I want to put a payment down on...
I said no! Leave me alone!
Well, can I at least get a ride back home this weekend? Where are you going?
Alright, let's take this guy out before he can try to ask us for 20 grand. He just stays there, by the way. Now, one of the things you'll notice about this game over the previous Red Faction is that the guns are way more accurate. This is really a godsend because they do throw way more enemies at you in a lot more hectic situations. So having these more accurate weapons are pretty great. Also, on a whole, they do a little bit more damage, but I can reliably get headshots now, which is fantastic. Now, the other thing is that the assault rifle makes a comeback in this game. It uses medium rounds, and some of these guys are actually using it now. You'll also notice that when I mouse over somebody with the crosshair, that it changes color. Now, one of the things about all the automatic weapons in this game, save for the machine gun, I believe, is that they all fire 3-round bursts. It's weird, I only noticed it the other day, but even like the machine pistols that some of these guys are wielding, if you use them, are 3-round bursts. You can also dual wield in this game, something I'll be showing off in a couple videos.
I assume your insurance is paid up?
I hope that comes through. Some guy had the worst insult in the world at me there. So, one of the things about the round system in this game, which is kind of annoying, because there's these ammo pools total, so if I run out of medium rounds using this gun, I won't be able to use the assault rifle, which also uses medium rounds. Where are these guys coming from? Every time I'm in this room, a different amount of people spawn. Alright, let's get forward here. If we're lucky, that's everyone. Fantastic. So, I'm going to pick up some stuff here. I am down a health pack. I'm hoping there's some... Yeah, there it is. And I can pick up another one. Because you'll get regenerating health in the next level, you can also pick up med packs when your health is not full in the bar, and it will automatically use the health pack and just give you full health. It's very useful. Here we go. And so, with the round system, a lot of guns do use the same type of rounds. There's some things that are like heavy rounds, or there's some that are unique, like with the rail driver. Spoiler, there's a rail driver in this game. But for the most part, it's actually a pretty fun system. We're going to see if we can do something here.
Don't let him through! Everything you've got!
Got him. So, like the remote charges in the previous game, you can do that to people, and you can see these guys explode real nice. One of my favorite parts of the game is that they added those giving effects. And just crouch. Okay, so real quick, ladders are back in the game. They're still as wonky as ever. Now, do not think that you have to blow this up next to it because you'll hurt yourself. Instead, what you want to do is get down here and toss a grenade up. Come on. There we go. I was hitting the wrong button. I have my grenade swap mapped to G and my grenade throw mapped to F. And I had to look down to make sure I had things in the right spot. Alright, you got another turret right here. These things are hardy. As far as I can tell, you can only kill them with explosives. So, just make sure you have your grenade launcher out here. I like to use the assault rifle in this room, more or less, because while this is an assault rifle as well, I just feel like the actual assault rifle has a little bit better, everything. You'll notice me just hitting E to get through those tutorials real quick. They're just telling me how to use basic things in the environment. This is something the previous Red Faction game did not teach you how to do. Gorilla Solid mentioned it in the thread early on, but games back then did not really give you a lot of hints. This game actually has a system here where you can hold tab and check out your different objectives. And because I can look at this, I know that I have to destroy these coolant cells. I don't know that those are coolant cells yet. If I hit this button over here, it would tell me to destroy them, and I can get this thing out. So just launch a rocket or a grenade at it, and you're fine. But this is pretty much the end of the level. There's going to be a cutscene, and we're going to come back in on the second level because this is actually pretty short. This should only be about 12 minutes. So let's grab this thing and get out of here.
Self-destruct. You're gonna make Chancellor Sopot very happy. Now get the hell out of there!
Alright, let's get out of here and start on the next mission. I'll see you guys in a few moments.
Nanotechnology, created by an Ultor scientist on Mars. Stolen, brought to Earth, stolen and stolen again, until we who are loyal to the Commonwealth possessed it. We were volunteers, eager to serve as Chancellor Sopot's secret weapon, an army of super soldiers. Fighters who were stronger, faster, and smarter than anyone else. But Sopot saw what he had created, and feared it. He ordered us destroyed. 2,000 soldiers transformed by nanotechnology. Nearly that number hunted down and murdered by Sopot's elite guard. And in our place, he created mindless abominations. We thought we would be heroes. Instead, we are renegades allied with the rebellious Red Faction. We are a squad of 6, nano-enhanced, united by our uniqueness in a common cause. Shrike, vehicles, a madman with a taste for speed. Quill, sharpshooter, a killer without a conscience. Tangier, covert reconnaissance, secretive and deadly. Repta, heavy weapons, the ultimate destructive force. I am Molav, the squad leader. And he is Alias. Demolitions. For the honor of the Commonwealth, tonight Sopot dies. Sopot is broadcasting from the studios upstairs. We kill him and get out fast.
I think I hear them. Yes, sir. We've got them tracked. You! Inside! Come out with your hands up!
Looks like we're expected.
Okay, real quick tip here. If you want to get a quick objective point, just walk right out of there. Now, I was told that there is actually a shotgun you can get in here if you get out of there and go to the left immediately. But I've not picked it up yet. Now, you saw me get a green star going out of there through that hole I made. That's what we call a secondary or optional objective. Let's blow up Sopot. He looks like Stalin, anyways. Those are going to be littered throughout the game. They're actually tied to the good ending. It's the same reason I didn't shoot the civilian in the previous level. If you get all those good little, green objectives on top of getting maybe a couple of the, you can balance it out, you get a couple red stars. But if you kill a few civilians, but you get a bunch of those green ones, you'll be fine. Now, if I wait a moment here, you'll see my health regenerate. It does take a moment. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. There it is. It is a long regeneration period, and it can get pretty annoying, but it's very, very useful because on occasion you'll be pretty far from anything that can give you health.
Cut off. You go on, Alias. Take the elevator to the top floor. I'll send backup ASAP.
Okay, we're gonna get a quick squad check-in before we do that.
This is Tangier. I'm inside. I can see the roof of the public information building. There's activity on the helipad, but I'm too low to get an angle on it. Quill out.
Repta, resistance heavy, outnumbered 15 to 1. Under control.
Shrike here. I got rid of the boat, as planned.
What do we got for transport?
On my way to get my gunship.
We won't have this chance again. so stay focused.
Alright, we're going to take this elevator up. Now, the fun thing about this elevator is that no matter where you look in it, it will take you up. And this bar does not travel with you. So you can actually just walk right off this thing. And we will actually walk right off this thing at one point. Makes more sense to do that.
The Red Faction supports you. Kill Sopot, and the Commonwealth will be a safe haven for you and others like you.
So if we survive, Pretty Boy promises not to murder the freaks. As if he could succeed where Sopot's elite guard failed. Hey, Echo and the Red Faction are on our side. Yeah, they hired us, and we're safe as long as they need us.
Put a sock in it, ladies. We've got a job to do.
Anyways, we met Echo there. He's the head of the Red Faction on Earth, and he reminds me of the guy who taught the lion to eat nothing but tofu from Futurama. So, yeah, I don't really consider him an awesome character. He's actually one of my least favorite characters in the game next to Repta. But we'll deal with that when we come to it.
Attention.
Alright, I have new objectives. That assassinate Sopot thing is going to stick with us for quite a while here.
You are safe.
Alright.
Hey, Alias. You hear all the announcements? I know how to handle these things.
Now, Tangier is going to be a pretty constant companion for us. Ouch. Thanks, Tangier. Just absorbed that thing to the face there. She's also going to be pretty helpful. You see, the squad AI in this game is actually pretty decent about shooting people. For the most part. Anytime you want to just prove me right. Anytime you want. Fuck this guy. Alright, we've entered the marketing department. Now, you might think you have to go through a gauntlet in here. You don't. Alright, Tangier's doing what she does best, which is hack everything.
This one's taking a bit longer.
Huh. And you'll notice that Geomod in this game, hello. I did not know they could do that. That's weird. Anyways, let me just take some of these guys out.
Way to go.
Oof. I usually stay in there and run the gauntlet, but you don't have to. You can see Geomod is not going to pop holes through walls. There's extra walls underneath walls.
This is not my job! I am not cleaning any of this. I don't do blood and bodies. You get away from me. I quit! I quit!
Now, the fun thing about this game is, at least early on, there's a lot of fun interaction with civilian characters that you didn't really have in the previous game. And there is a penalty for killing them. Like I said, you can get a bad ending by killing too many civilians in this game. Hey, here's the marketing department. Don't shoot in here. There's actually a couple civilians. What you want to do is come in here and blow this thing backwards somehow. You'll notice I haven't switched over to anything but this nano grenade launcher. It's because the other weapons, the pistols and the machine pistols in this level, are not really great. We're going to get something better soon.
I know what it looks like, but we were having a meeting, and there was this noise out in the hallway, and shooting, and she was afraid, and more like she insisted.
Oh, shut up, Charlie. You with a gun. Go away and shut the damn door.
Right. Like I said, there's a few more interactions with random people. Let's get through here and wait a moment. Now, you're going to like this, or I like this anyways. We're picking up the SMG. It's our first decent weapon of this level, and it's going to stick with us for a while. But these guys came through holes in the ceiling. Now, if I tried to blow those when I first came through here, it wouldn't have happened. It's very bizarre. Here, let me see if I can pull this out. Oh, what do you know? Actually, I can. I can't get up there is the bigger problem. But if I'd blown those holes in there, they would have come through anyways. I think there's actually an explosive. But I've had issues with that appearing and not appearing. Right there, you can just destroy paintings. I thought that was actually a monitor at first. Okay, so here's one of the early dick moves of the game. There's a turret down to the end there. What they want you to do is blow up the wall over there and run across, but you take so much damage doing it. Well, let's do it anyways.
We can't rush that. You deal with it.
Actually, it missed me that time. I'm appreciative of that fact.
Try the indirect approach.
So, this is actually another hidden objective, is to kill that thing. My problem with it is that you're so close to the explosions and the grenades are so precious that I really don't like using them for this, but it's actually effective.
Very disciplined.
So if I get behind this thing, I can hit E. And you'll notice the green star next to my health bar there. Bonus objective. Disable the turret. Yeah, that's just sort of what we're going to be trying to get, a few of those objectives. If you've ever played a video game, you'll understand the method.
Back up.
Stand back.
Anyways, yes, if you've ever played a video game, you'll pretty much pick up on how to get these bonus objectives. They're all pretty obvious things. Finding shortcuts, killing certain enemies certain ways, that sort of thing. There's especially going to be a section of levels later on that make it really clear. That guy who I'm shooting now was not there a few seconds ago when I hit that loading screen. It's important that you kill him, though, because this is kind of a gauntlet. And if you're not careful, you can get pretty much knocked out right here. Now, the fun thing about this SMG is that I'm firing it in burst fire mode, but you can just hold it down and keep it pretty accurate. Alright, remember that gunship? What you want to do here...
Guys, we have a problem. There's a gunship, and I just saw a terrible wall. Lure it back my way.
Yeah, just
Will do.
just run right past it. It only follows Tangier, so just run past it when it's firing.
Damn, I'm good.
And you get hit. You hit in the face with the rocket, and then you'll be fine after that. But yes, you're seeing I'm picking up light rounds now. Those are used in this SMG, but they're also used in the pistol and in the machine pistol. So that's kind of a better example of how the ammo system works. There's that's such a dick's placement right there. But yeah, so get used to that sort of thing where it's just going to be me griping about ammo conservation. Alright, we're going to get introduced to Repta in the flesh now. But this is interesting. Watch this.
How's it going, big guy?
Inside the gate.
Not this. This sucks. This is 90s cool right here, 2002. This guy in here, invincible. However, yep, one of those weird things. It's a scripted explosion, but you can set it off with a rocket if you don't go too far. Now you can hear in the background there is a reporter talking about...
The lobby is getting busy again. We need to shut down the elevator.
As you will recall,
Molov and his squad were
So, anyways, there's a reporter talking in the background. He's actually recording in the room over here.
One of the attackers is in front of this reporter right now. He appears to be heavily armed.
What you're going to see is I'm going to walk away from this guy. There it is. I got this to work a little bit better in one of my other test recordings.
Live from this closet
But
before he blows me away.
he has these weird cues. I've got two...
The gunman is fleeing from my position now.
He gets kind of confused, and there are these moments where it's difficult to describe. Just watch the end of the video. I put all his
One of the big stories.
conversation. Sorry, I thought he was screwing up again, but I put his conversations there. There's one that got really screwed up, and another one that I go through the entire thing with him. So let's just continue on while we let that sit at the end of the video, and you can enjoy that. But there's a way to glitch his speech, and I thought that was kind of amazing. I didn't know you could do that, and then I accidentally did it. I think it's one of the environmental effects screws with his voice sounds. I'm not entirely sure. This is the room where a lot of people are probably going to die for their first time. These guys with the full armor, similar to how we had it in the first level, they're pretty difficult. They will take pretty much half of a magazine from this SMG straight in the face at a distance. Right up close, they go down pretty quickly. But they can take a lot of damage. So just be wary of that fact. And we're about to go, well, almost outside. I'm getting some weird voice clips from these guys now, too.
Clear. Repeat. Sopot's clear.
But we're actually not going outside quite yet. I messed up where I was. what I should do is switch over to the grenade launcher here, and I will. But you'll notice that I don't really have a way to quickly select between weapons still. I have the mouse wheel and I have buttons, but there's one weapon at least that is not mapped to a button, which is really annoying. But at the same time, to switch over to the buttons, because they go from 0 to 9, or 0 to 1, I should say, so all across the keyboard at the top, it can get you in some trouble, because if you're reloading and you switch, you can do a quick switch then, or a quick swap of weapons by a button press. But I always forget which side you have to do that on. I forget it's always the side that you don't think it should be. And this is sort of the point where I didn't, when I was younger.
Sopot's guard. She's on the roof.
There's nowhere else to run. Play it smart, and we've got him.
Anyways, this is kind of the part of the game where when I was younger, started not liking it. And I know it's early yet, but they throw some pretty hard difficulty spikes at you in the next section. And a lot of that has to do with just the environmental stuff. They tried to go a little all out. So first off, weather effects. This is a first for the Red Faction series. Notice all this stuff right here that I'm picking up now. I'll point that out later when we complete this section.
Alias, I need a gunner. Get in!
Ugh. Such a fucking weird thing that game does. Enemies will move around during those cutscenes.
Secure the roof!
You can't take down the green vehicle there, so don't worry about that. But we will be gunning for Shrike a little later on. Let's clear out some of these guys. Now, you have the option of going downstairs in a few different spots in this thing. I suggest taking them all because they're nice respite. But they also let you get out of the direct fire and give you a chance to heal up if you need to. Like right here, I can pick up some health packs, get some ammo. We're all good. Repta's with us, and he'll be dropping guys pretty regularly. Like I said before, the AI in this game is not really bad in terms of helping you out. But there are going to be random Red Faction fighters we'll fight with. I swear to God, Repta was 2 inches in front of me. That was not one of these guys. You can see what I mean about these guys just being bullet sponges. That's actually an effect of the weapon we're using, not the fact that they are actually bullet sponges. When I first played this game on the GameCube, I honestly thought that there was no good way to beat...
Coming in for you, Alias. I can't do much good without a gunner.
Right. So Shrike is really just pushing that gunner thing, and there are quite a few gunning missions in this, but we're not getting in there quite yet.
Need to shake these bogies.
You notice those guys will shoot us from up there. You can get killed by these guys you have no reproach against. It's really annoying. Alright, let's toss some grenades in here. This is sort of one of the early dick rooms for a couple of reasons. One, you don't really have the weaponry to take on this many guys at once. Two, let's see if I can trigger this early. Yeah, I can. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. People pour out of that area right there about now. Alright, I'll take it. I may have circumvented the scripting on that. Yeah, I completely circumvented the scripting. Alright, that's something else I'll add to the end of the video. But look how many of these elite guard types that we have in here right now. That's kind of insane. There's a few too many for the weapon we have. Even if they're running MPs, but most of them are running these silent SMGs like we have. And they're able to equal us. The machine pistols are not great. And honestly, there's only one section of the game where I'll use them. Otherwise, until I get something better, I'm going to be using this SMG. Or, I have promised myself I will use the shotgun to show it off. Though I don't like the shotgun in this game, and there's a couple reasons why. But it makes a return, it looks stupid. Actually, it looks a lot like the shotgun in Shadow Warrior.
Attack now. Hit him hard. Do whatever it takes.
Hey, boss. We taking orders from Echo now?
No, just follow the plan.
Yes, sir.
So, if you can't tell, there's a little bit of contention between some of the members of our squad and the Red Faction at large. We're technically mercenaries. We're not members of their cause. We're fighting with them out of convenience and for money, because we don't really believe, that we want to take Sopot out because he destroyed us, but we also like to get paid and don't want to get killed. So it's really a marriage of convenience here. And that's going to come across better in future updates. Jesus Christ. I really should just switch to the grenade launcher and take these guys out in easy shots. That was actually my method of killing people in the GameCube version. By the way, this is where we started. If I wanted to, I could I can't jump over that rail, but I was saying, if I wanted to, I could have just blown my way up here if this was the first Red Faction game, but no such luck. Geomod in this game is a bit more limited, let's say. We saw it a bit in the first level, but for the most part in the levels after that first one, Geomod's going to be more of a conditional thing rather than the norm. So it's already harkening back to the end of Red Faction by the middle, or by the second level of this game. Now, the basic thing here is that Molov does not like Echo at all. And so that's going to be... sorry, not Echo. Yeah, no, Echo. Jesus, I can't even remember anymore. So, just keep that in mind for pretty much all future interaction between them. It makes it a little funnier.
Still no shot.
Up to you, Alias.
Well, yeah, put it in the hands of the nearly silent protagonist. Now you can see these guys. I couldn't see him, but he could see me. That's an annoying little thing that's going to continue in this game that was in the last game. For the most part, you're not going to have these long sight lines, similar to the last game where there were a few areas like that where there was this fog encroaching. There's very little fog in this game and very few long sight lines. It does not mean that there's no sniper rifle. There is one. It doesn't show up for a little while, though. Let's toss a grenade in there. Grenades are a little weird. It's nice that they're given a button, considering how important explosions are in this game. And the fact that I used explosions pretty much exclusively to beat this game on the GameCube, 12 years or 10 or 11 years ago. Because, oh shit, I just fucked up. Okay. Alright. That's bad. The next part we're going into is kind of a dick move, and this is the part I was talking about, was kind of where people stopped liking this game, even early on. You see, if I open this door, Sopot's here. Hi. Half my health in a moment. Now what usually happens is he fires a rocket into this building here, and you're able to jump back here and grab all this stuff, and you're pretty happy. And then you go up here, and you pick up the Wasp. The Wasp is basically the fusion cannon from the previous game, but it's got lock-on capabilities, which I'll try to show off. No thanks. You don't want to use it on some random guy, because unlike, a lot of the other weapons in the game that I've mentioned, the fusion cannon actually, or the Wasp, jeez. What button is that? Oh yes, that's right. The Wasp doesn't have a button on the quick bar, so you have to scroll through to get it. And that's kind of sad because it's a very limited use weapon. So let's show something off here. The Wasp can lock on by clicking the right mouse button like that. But I can't move beyond this point I'm at here. Like, it's physically impossible for me to go any further than that. And that's one of those things that makes this a little difficult in terms of a fight. Let's save some Wasp ammo. We'll be able to use that in the future. Get some regenerating health here. And we're just going to pump a bunch of grenades into this thing. The Wasp uses rockets, and it's one of the only guns that does. Now that thing will eventually die, believe it or not. You can down this thing, but it will fly off as soon as you bring it down to a certain amount of health, and that's where we continue the next mission. I really wish it wasn't taking this long to regenerate, but I walked over those 2 health packs when I fought the guy up here, and I completely fucked my ability. Oh, well, I'm dead. I'm dead. Damn it. Okay, well, we get to see what the checkpoint system is. The quick... Wow, okay. The quick save system in this game is... There's no quick save system like in the previous Red Faction game. there is only the checkpoint system. So that means there's going to be a lot of replaying, and sometimes these checkpoints are way too far back. Like now, this could have been up there near where I was and I died, but instead we're way back here. Alright. So if I die again up there, I'm going to just go ahead and cut everything. But this gives me a chance to talk. The Wasp is one of the two big weapons in this game that is kind of important only in two regards or two areas. One of them is only important because it doesn't show up till late in the game anyways. But the Wasp is only really useful for a couple of sequences. One of them being late in the game anyways. So, whatever. So, don't step on the health packs. You'll notice the enemies do a few more moves than they did in the previous Red Faction game. They will take you toe-to-toe, but they'll also take a step back every now and again. And they'll do other things like leaning out of cover and all this other stuff. It's a nice touch. I have not seen anyone roll yet in this game, similar to how those two guys did in the first Red Faction game. There we go. You can see Geomod's as finicky as ever. I had that sliver of area there when I fired through. Let's pick up these, go get the Wasp again. Now with 3 full health bars on top of 2 sitting next to this area, I should be pretty okay to take out this the Sopot's vehicle here. Let's hope. Really, I am very surprised that the Wasp is the thing I can't remember where it is on the quick bar. You can still scroll through like you saw there. So you don't have to lock on to Sopot's vehicle here. As a matter of fact, I would almost suggest not doing it. Alright. I was down 1 health pack. Now, the easier way to do this is kind of lay back a little bit, just so the door stays open. If you get too far away from the door itself, it closes. Alright, let's swing over here and grab more health. I can go back upstairs and get more rockets too. But if you stay back, you have a better chance of... There it is.
He's getting away! Incoming!
Should have switched weapons there, my mistake. But that's the end of this episode. Next time we're going to get a little bit of on-foot action after we do a little bit of flying with Shrike.
Must die.
So I will... So I'll see everyone next time. Thanks for watching.
The lobby is getting busy again.
Olaf
I need you to shut down the
are
elevator.
survivors of a devastating
Come on,
accident
sir.
that gave them enhanced powers while killing
See you
thousands
around.
of their fellow soldiers. Molov and his squad of mutants have turned traitor and allied with the evil Red Faction.
Watch this.
One of the attackers is in front of this reporter right now. He appears to be heavily armed and very dangerous. He's not an attractive man either. I fear for my life. He could turn on me at any moment. But I will continue to report to you live from this closet before he blows me away. Reporting from within the besieged public information building in downtown Sopot City. An armed rebel is holding this reporter at gunpoint. But, thus far, he has not spoken a word or thought to use his weapon. Perhaps the terrorist actually respects this journalist's integrity, hmm?
Okay, he's kind of done. Now watch this, what he says when we leave.
The gunman is fleeing from my position now, most likely driven off by brave Sopot forces.
Now I want to try something for you guys.
Who have tuned in late. One of the big stories today is the heroism displayed by this reporter. This reporter cannot believe the cowardice displayed by the despicable terrorist who held him at gunpoint.
I do. I usually...
This reporter right now, he appears to be heavily armed and very dangerous. He's not
What?
I fear for my life. He could turn on me at any moment. But I will continue to report to you live.
This is strange. All the other...
Building in downtown Sopot City.
What in the hell is happening?
Rebel is holding this reporter at gunpoint.
This is weird. I actually have a recording of
The gunman is fleeing from
a
my
pretty... In the PC version, much easier. I like this game a lot better for gameplay reasons than I do the previous game in the franchise. Fuck, I forgot about every time I forget about